and recruitment workshops. So I think this year we've tried to be really intentional when we give these recruitment presentations and offer to our sisters and relate back to how what we're doing now applies and is applicable to what you're doing in the future, whether that's like looking for a job or staying in a position. And so oftentimes we relate recruitment as a big networking event or a big like career fair almost, where you're like talking to individuals for like very brief periods of time, but you need to get a lot of information out of it, and you have to give them a lot of information. And so being able to be concise in what you say and think about what you're going to say. And then again, we talk about communication skills in these recruitment workshops and like how verbal and nonverbal cues are really important, and to think about how that is being portrayed. And so just being mindful of ourselves when we're communicating or talking to individuals is, again, a really applicable skill to have when you're looking for a job, or if you're already in a job currently, and just interacting with your coworkers. And so I'm going to hand it off to Linda to talk more about the other half.
So something that we started last semester that I was really excited for was an Alumni Career Connections program. This is something that I kind of modeled after what the Career Center does, that I participated in my freshman year, getting to interview somebody when I went home for spring break about their job. So I thought ACIO could really benefit from this, and we have a network of alumni in the Cleveland area and outside in all kinds of careers. So I thought it'd be great to offer this to my sisters and reach out to alumni if they were interested in talking to us, and then matching up sisters with alumni to talk about their careers, where they're at, and then matching that with career aspirations. So we had about 20 sisters that were matched with alumni to discuss about their careers, and some of the most exciting things that came out of it, we obviously can't share all of their stories, but some of the most exciting things that came out were that one of our sisters got an internship offer from Sherwin-Williams in HR because she had such a good connection with the alumni and got to have really great conversation. So she actually had an offer for an internship to do work over the summer. And everybody said that they kind of gained a new perspective about that career. They got to kind of get an idea of what a day in the life is like in whatever career they were interviewing to find out about. And one girl emphasized the importance of networking, that it's not just enough to like know where you want to be, but to talk to people who are already there and to have an idea of how you will get there. And that's something that we can have being in Greek life, that you have those alums who are willing to give back and provide that network for you. And it was also cool to think back to kind of the sorority life. It's a lifetime of sisterhood. It's not just 4 years. It's for your whole life. And that right now we're asking for assistance, kind of for guidance and advice from our alums, and that when we're in those alumni shoes later, we'll be able to give back to our collegiate sisters, and kind of seeing the full circle of what it means to be an Alpha Chi Omega. And another cool thing that we did during our sisterhood week in the fall was we got together and we watched Miss Representation. That was a group of about 20 sisters that actually showed up voluntarily, and we watched the documentary Miss Representation. It's kind of about how women are represented in the media and what it means for our professional lives, and kind of some of the struggles that women expect to face in the course of their careers. So that was really eye-opening too. I watched it beforehand, and then I watched it again with our sisters, and we had a discussion afterwards about how did you feel watching that, and what can we do right now when we're in college to kind of change that outlook for ourselves, or what preparations do we need to take so that we have the brightest future that we can. So I thought that was really eye-opening, again, talking about something outside of Greek life, outside of college, and looking at that bigger picture of life.
So like as we've gone through all the themes, we've talked about how like Linda this past year has really made an effort to make like intentional programming, or have like intentional outcomes of certain programs, and really try to weave that into what we already do. Like for example, sisters that are already going to talk to professors or getting good grades on exams, like just offering a positive point system in that place, just kind of just encourages that behavior even more. And so like looking through all that and kind of seeing what's in the future for us, we have areas of growth and improvement. And so one key area is like really utilizing more of our resources on campus, whether that be ESS or University Counseling Services. having ESS come in and talk about time management would be really important for sisters. Like, I know everyone says that they're really good at it, but there's always like more things to learn, more tricks, I guess, to be able to utilize to be better students, and just making time for yourself as well, because we often forget to do that. And then also maybe utilizing university counseling services to talk about stress management, because trying to find different outlets is really helpful. And if we have counseling services there to help us with stress management, it would again be really beneficial for sisters, especially for the self-care aspect. And then the academic mentor structure, like kind of seeing how it went this past year and looking forward to make it even better. We want to do like sort of a quick mixer, like have all the mentors and mentees similar to what Weiser does, and just kind of get everyone like on a ground level like introduction, and so that it just makes that connection a lot easier to form in the future, especially when people get busier. At least there's like some FaceTime in that interaction. And then again, that goes with just introductions, just getting over that preliminary barrier that we often face when we have these mentor-mentee programs. And then lastly, creating more expectations, again, following the similar Weiser pattern, expectations of what a mentor wants from their mentee, and then vice versa, what a mentee expects from that mentor. And so I think this will be able to create like a more meaningful relationship between the two. And other areas of improvement include.
Yeah, so one thing that we plan to do is kind of evaluate currently what we're doing. As Steph mentioned, bringing in ESS and bringing in UCS for stress management, time management, work-life balance. Those are things that we have asked sisters, what are you interested in learning about? So we were kind of asking for their input, and that's what they said they wanted: stress management, time management. And of course, a lot of those all tie together. Like if you can manage your time in one aspect, you'll probably be less stressed, and then you'll be able to balance your work and your life better. So it all kind of ties together, but bringing in somebody from outside of our chapter to tell us that it means, it can mean more when it's not from a peer, or it could mean different things. And especially kind of seeing what's most useful, what people like, what people don't like. Like we said, with the mentoring program, people said that they wanted us to do that again, to connecting with alumni, so we know that Maya will try to incorporate that again. And then just getting other feedback to see what people liked, what they didn't like, or how they would improve it. As far as our academic mentor, Megan Miller, we are going to bring her in. I don't think the chapter hasn't officially found out that we have a mentor yet. So we're going to bring her into one of our chapter meetings, just have her stand up, be a familiar face, introduce herself, like kind of her past, her experiences, and then what she can bring to our chapter, so that everybody will know when they see her on campus, oh, that's our chapter academic advisor, not just some strange face. And so we're hoping that she'll be able to give a lot to our chapter academically and help us improve our chapter GPA, which is always important. We're also going to be restructuring our ID committee. This is something that we decided actually earlier this week, and we're pretty excited about it. We have always had our VP and then our assistant for intellectual development, and we're actually looking to make the committee bigger, where we will have a representative from each of the schools a case. So an engineering rep, a nursing rep, arts and sciences rep, and a weatherhead rep. Very similar to USG, how they structure their caucuses. So we think this way we will have a variety of opinions on the ID committee, and we'll be able to kind of better bridge the gaps between the different areas of interest and career focuses and things like that, to kind of enrich the experience. It won't just be a bunch of engineers making the programming or just a bunch of nurses. So everybody will be included that way. And having regular meetings on a bi-weekly basis, so that if something comes up, we can talk about it pretty quickly, and we'll be able to handle anything that comes our way. And with that, that's all we have. Thank you for listening. Do you have any questions?
Sure. Yeah, mine's more interest, but about how many individuals participated in those club discussions that you had?
In the book club discussions, I think it was between 5 and 10 for all of them.
You talked about, I know it's really initial with the academic advisor, but do you have any plans like going forward as far as how to like incorporate her with, like you said, new members are going to be with her, I think, or was it struggling members? Do you have any plans for like how that interaction is going to go? I know it's new.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, so that's something that we've considered a little bit. So we're planning that we'll bring her in, introduce her to the whole chapter so everybody will know her. And then members who have not met our GPA requirement will have an individual meeting with her. And we'll probably try to preface Megan, the advisor, with what we're expecting that she should talk about, whether it's study skills or whether it's too many commitments. Just kind of preface her like what to expect. And then probably on the reverse end, we may have the sister as well as Megan give feedback about how the meeting went, because it's important that while we're having these meetings, something is being accomplished. So if Megan's saying that they had a really great discussion and she gave advice on study skills and recommended that she talk to all of their professors, and that they're going to meet in a month from now after the sister has talked to all of her professors, that they made a plan. So I think we'll have to kind of do some trial and error and see how it goes, but definitely making sure that it's working by asking for feedback from both. And then we may do something like having Megan come to the house for office hours once a month, just so that anybody can come study with her, ask questions, and hopefully we'll be able to have a strong relationship so that everybody will know who she is and be able to get something from that.
I have kind of a specific question. So the last part of the excellence benchmark description is that members are utilizing these experiences to reshape their approach to being a fraternity man or sorority woman. So can you describe to us a little bit how you feel like this specific pillar is reshaping how your members feel or what it means to be an ACAIA?
Sure. So I think all of our chapter members know that while we're in school, we're here to learn, we're in Alpha Chi Omega. It's a social organization, but kind of the point of Greek life is to become the best version of yourself. Mm-hmm. And I think academics are definitely part of that, and I think we've done a good job of incorporating that into our chapter programming with all of the events, while not over-programming, having just enough that we all know that it's there. And then the supporting of our sisters, I think, has really been a big part in shaping our experiences.
And I think that like our scholarship plan is more encompassing of other things, so just beyond our studies, beyond our what we know academically. And I think that providing more events for sisters to attend to, and like giving them more outlets is also sort of like shaping that experience, that again, being better versions of ourselves and challenging ourselves to do more.
Yeah, I think along with having the opportunity for leadership in the chapter, even just to be a member, we have the GPA requirements. I think everybody understands that it's a critical part of the experience that you're also maintaining your grades, and that the chapter is doing what it can to supplement that requirement by offering opportunities to enrich yourself. So I think that's kind of how we're currently incorporating the shaping of the Alpha Chi Omega experience with scholarship.
Great, thank you. Any questions? Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Great.
Really appreciate your time.
Yeah.